This is a driver's door lock on a Transit Custom. So when it is in the door, it will be in the driver's door. You need to turn the key and push in that retaining clip there. When it's twisted, it will then lock in place and you can let go. To undo it, you turn slightly clockwise and it releases and it goes back. When the lock is in the door and you're removing it, you're pushing that in. So yeah, from the outside you have to turn the key, and on the inside you need to push that with something like a hook pick. Then you'll need to twist the lock, because there are little grooves that goes in another one, so you'll need to twist the lock slightly to get the locating lug to move there and out. Removing the driver's door lock, there's a retaining clip, a big horseshoe retaining clip right at the back there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you need to remove that. So that's the clip there that you need to remove. I've pulled it out slightly. That just slots in behind the lock to keep the lock tight. So you pull that out. And now on the inside lock, we're going to turn the key on the outside to the right and depress that. So I can't do this with the camera, but we'll turn to the right and we'll put a hook pick in and press in between the two white bits. That is the locating lug that we use. That is the wee bit, that's in between the white bits. Using the key blade on the outside of the door, we've turned it to the right and we've pushed that in. So the key is now at a slight 45-degree bend. We'll now slowly rotate the lock, pull it back, and let's give it a little wiggle, and the lock comes out. You put it back in and twist it all the way to the right. We'll do that on the new one. We'll now need to swap the outer ring and the black from the old lock onto the new one, and remove the back off the lock onto the new one, just that black plastic bit. We removed the black cap from that lock. You just put something of thin screwdriver or pick, something like that, and it does pop off. You just need to carefully do it so you don't crack it. And then you pop it on the new lock on here. Quite hard to do with one hand, but there it is, that's on the new lock. So that's that. Now we're going to be installing, and we'll pop the ring back on. Ring on. And you'll put it into the door with that latch on the inside again. So don't put it that way, put it that way. Latch on the inside. We have twisted the key to a slight angle and depressed that latch there, because you need to pop that in to put the lock in. When the lock came out, the key was near enough vertically up. Slight, not too bad, but we'll put it in similar angle and then twist it. And then as we twist it, the key will unlock that and it will be in position, and then the lock will operate. So we'll do that now. So make sure that is going to be towards the front of the van. So that's on the right. You can see, well, you want to be lining up them with the rivets in the door. Oh. And that is the lock now in. Then using this clip here. So the foam is towards the inside of the van. We'll pop this between the lock, between the door body and the lock. So that is that back in place. And the lock is now steady. Now we will put back on the door, screw everything up, do the ignition. The glove box lock is already done. This is how to remove and install a Transit Custom Transit and Transit Connect ignition valve. When the key is in, you need it to be at position 1. So this bit here can be depressed, because when the key is at any other position, like 0, that can't go in. So it needs to be at position 1 for that to be depressed. When it goes in, it needs to be at position 1. You line up that top groove there with the groove in there on the top left. And at position 1, the stringy bit will go over and it allows the lock to slide in. So you pop it in and that's it. To remove, you'll put the key in, turn to position 1, and the bottom hole, not that one, but the bottom one, you'll push up with a pick or something thin, and that is spring loaded. And as you push on that, you'll then extract the lock. Trying to do it with 2 hands is quite hard. Let's see if we can do this thing. Let's see. You might need to give the key a little bit of a wiggle as you're pushing up. There you push up. Oh. There you go. That's how you remove and install the Transit ignitions. Transit Customs, Transit Connects are very similar. The housing is a bit thicker, but it's got the same point. Install and remove Transit ignition. Pop the ignition coil back over the top. Then connect everything up. I'll do the door, and that's it, good to go.